Customer service announcement. If you are from the Newcastle area, don't have a beer belly, and maybe even fancy a little bit of betting, I would stay away from the stadium because their entire squad is injured and you might actually get a call up to play in a game. Now, despite that, they still beat West Ham 4-3, blew some bubbles in their face, didn't they? Because when you got, oh, Harvey Barnes, it's an equaliser, to come off the bench, then there you go. It's all good to go, innit? Like, how was it 3-1? Game over. West Ham are like, you know what? We're so confident we're going to win. Calvin Phillips, get some minutes on, lads. Gives away a pen. Gives away the ball for another goal. And then they still lose 4-3, despite the game literally being over. They could have just stood still and had more of a chance than when they brought Calvin Phillips on and somehow just lost that. FPL-wise, though, this was actually like the perfect game because the only players you probably could have had were a Bowen, 10 points. A Kudus, 12 points. And Isak, 2 goals and assist, 15-pointer. And Harvey Barnes, probably didn't have him, but he still got 12 points. And then even a Gordon, even with a red card, still gets 8 points. I mean, he's suspended next game, so that is a little bit unlucky. But there you are, innit? So, essentially, everybody scored points. Now, in my FPL challenge team, did I have any of their players? Did I frick? I did have Jared Bowen, though, but because I'm a bit of a geezer, I got him out for Madison, who ended up blanking. So, nice one. I guess that is another. Lucky. But yeah, FPL-wise, because it's a game that's like, oh, well, Newcastle probably aren't going to, like, smash West Ham, right? West Ham probably not going to smash Newcastle. We might have avoided. Turns out, it was perfect for both of them. And that's actually something that people don't look at. They don't sometimes look, you know, that's a tough game. I'm not going to go for that one. But there's still 7 goals. Yes, it was a tough game in terms of the result, but that doesn't also mean no FPL points. All of the FPL points here. Much cannot be said about the next game. I mean, yeah, people had Solanke. Yeah, people had some of their defenders who did go off early. So, you know, you did get some points there. I think Kirkes, was it? You went off early. Oh, no, you got 6. Yeah, you went off after 62 minutes, banking the clean sheet. And then, I mean, what the hell is bloody Seamus Coleman doing? He hasn't played for years. And he's like, you know what? I haven't scored a goal in ages, so let's just hit it into my own net and I can finally celebrate. Maybe not, because they ended up losing 2-1 with the biggest of unlucky goals. It was actually terrible, wasn't it? Again, FPL Challenge, I didn't have any of their players. I was tempted by a Solanke, but I was like, nah, probably not. Nice goal, but only a 7-pointer. Nah, I'll have my 1-pointer Watkins instead. Nice one. Chelsea Burnley. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. How has Pochettino somehow managed to make himself look worse than he already had? Like, he could have been sacked literally about half a season ago, and he actually, like, even though it was a complete failure, it would have still looked okay compared to now. Because how do you, versus a relegation battling team, they go down to 10 men in like 20-30 minutes, their manager gets sent off and having to bloody use an AirPod to communicate with his squad, and you still bottle it. If it wasn't for Cole Palmer being so cold, maybe he should warm up and actually, like, get some points for Chelsea, because he's scoring all these goals, getting all these FPL points, but not getting any actual Premier League points for Chelsea, who still somehow managed to... I actually have no words. That's how good Chelsea are. No words. I, thankfully, did have Palmer, and in my actual FPL team, not the Fantasy Challenge, I did captain him. Hey, didn't captain him in FPL Challenge, though, so that's a bit unlucky. And then I did also have a Gusto, and yeah, I must have had a bloody Gusto wind push him over, because he had 75% chance of playing, and then still went off injured. So, nice one. Thanks for that one. So, at the end of the day, Chelsea, Palmer good, the rest of them shite. Don't touch them ever. Maybe not for the next, like, 5 years. To be fair, they might be liquidated by then, because the amount of money they're spending for all the little points is... lol. Palmer might actually get more FPL points than they will get points on the table in the next 5 years. It's not even a joke. Nottingham Forest Palace. See, I was a cheeky boy. I went for an Eze. I was like, Eze points there. They went and Eze bloody got the assist. He was involved in everything. He could have went and scored a few goals. Didn't score a few goals. So we'll set up with 5 points in the FPL Challenge. But, I mean, not like we bloody got any chance of winning it. So it didn't really matter anyway. But when you see Chris Wood scoring like goal of the week, then that just shows how it's going, really. Like Palace, does anybody even care about how they do this season? I feel like they got like no FPL options apart from Eze. New manager, nobody talks about him, nobody even cares. And then Forest, how are they the least? They're like a relegation battling team with no aura. Like nobody cares that they're in a relegation battle. They're just like, yeah, you're probably gone. Nah, ta-ra, don't care about you. But they're getting points, so fair play. One team that's also somehow getting points, Sheffield United, Fulham. Only Sheffield United could go 4-1 up and lose the game 3-all. I say lost 3-all because they should have won. They were well ahead, scoring all goals. Brennan Diaz, the Chilean beast. Is it Chile they went to that play for? I think so. 0.02%. 0.0002% owned. 18.2 goals, 1 assist. I think that might have been his first goals. Or did he score one more? I mean, FPL Challenge is a bit clap because it only shows you from this game week, not from the other week. So, I mean, I'm sure I could find out if I actually go like here. Is it his first goals this season? No, he did score. Oh, no. Oh, no, he scored 2 there. Then he hasn't for ages because he hasn't been playing. And then, yeah, his first 90 minutes, 2 goals, 1 assist. So, fair play. Maybe he's a geezer for FPL with that low ownership. And, you know, you see a Sheffield United striker, most of the casuals, most of the experts would be like, absolutely no chance. But they go in for it, right? Attacking-wise, they're not too bad. Defensive-wise, they are literally the worst defense the Premier League's ever seen. So, stay away from that. And that's why I got Rodri Muniz. It's not Darwin Nunez. It's Rodri Muniz. What has happened to him? He has literally turned into prime R9 in the last few weeks, isn't he? Again, I have to go all over here to bloody see. But he has scored more goals. 8 goals. The first one of those being in game week 23. He literally didn't score all season. Hardly getting any minutes. Finally gets a chance. And has literally scored in every game apart from 2. And that was against Man United and Wolves, but we'll let him slide with that one. 8 goals in literally like 8 games. The most goals, I think, this calendar year in the league. Ahead of Haaland, ahead of Watkins, even ahead of Brennan Diaz. And, you know, he's amazing. What wasn't amazing was that most people did go the Fulham defence and all the other players. I actually only went one Fulham defender and used the FPL hack with the auto subs, which I'll go through after because I've got a cheeky little team set for next week already because the deadline's about a blink away. So we'll get to that. But yeah, no points for the defenders there, so that's that. Spurs Luton. Oh, go on, my son. What's happening? You are going to the adoption centre because I don't want Son anymore. Terrible. That's all I have to say, really. I mean, he did get a goal. He did end up getting the bonus points, all of the bonus points. So he did still get a 10-pointer. But playing Luton at home, and Luton had so many defenders out that I swear bloody Rob Edwards didn't bloody start for them. Is that his name? Could be. I think it is. And then Chong, I mean, fair play. Got a goal, sexy goal straight from the start. And then Brennan Johnson, mate. What is happening to Brennan Johnson? Literally never starts. Comes off the bench, impact. 2 assists there, 2 assists there. A goal in that one. He's coming off the bench and getting more points than the bloody starters for Spurs. I think he's outscored Son in the last like 3 or 4 game weeks. And Son's bloody playing up front and starting. So, fair play. I did captain him in the FPL Challenge. I had Maddison as well. I did have Richarlison, but then there was rumours that he was out and he did play, but he didn't start. So that was a good one. I mean, he probably still almost got the same amount of points as Maddison, who did actually play bloody all the game, but there we are then. I know, you got subbed off after 67. If I knew that. Cheeky scrub, get him subbed off.
Don't be a cheeky scrub.
Yeah, that's what I think of Maddison. Spurs, though, like, what's happening? They lost to Fulham last week, struggling to beat Luton. We think they're the Champions League challenging team, but boys, they're falling down. They're falling down. I would be a bit worried if I had Son because I think their fixtures are actually a bit clap now, aren't they? West Ham not too bad. Forest, Newcastle, no defenders, but then blank Arsenal, Liverpool. Blech. And they still have Chelsea, Man City to come in. Double game weeks against Chelsea, Man City. Guaranteed all the points, right? To be fair, Son will probably score a hat-trick against one of them and then blank against Nottingham Forest because that's just what they do, innit? They do not like to make it easy for themselves, do they? Villa, they did make it easy for themselves. I'm going to say that because it was 2-0, but Martinez did have to make the 3 saves. And, oh, boys, look at this. I did do the auto-sub hack where I did have an injured goalkeeper in goals, and then I had Leno. Leno clean sheet wiped. And I was like, right, I don't want his points auto-subbed in. And if you guys don't know, in the FPL Fantasy Challenge, you can sub out a player if they haven't played yet for another player who also hasn't played yet. So after the blank, Leno blanked at 3 o'clock, when the 5:30 deadline come around, just before that, I was like, you know what? I'll sub in Martinez for whatever injured goalkeeper I had, so I won't get Leonard's points. I had Martinez points instead, and boom, a 10-pointer. Look at this. Fair play. Fair play. That was a proper moment because, I mean, yeah. He only got 3 saves, so to get a 10-pointer is actually pretty good, but all of the bonus in a 2-0 win, I think that just shows it all, really, because Diaby got a goal and assist. He also shared the 3 bonus. That's what happened there. They were on the same. And then, so 14-pointer for him, but nobody bloody has him. They 0.7% owned. I think Konsa with the best goal ever, right? I mean, it was obvious something like this was going to happen. I'm not sure he scored in the Premier League, or he hasn't for a while at least. Crosses it and scores. I mean, if there's one time for a cross to score, it's Easter. I apologise for that joke, but I also don't care because I was christened, so I can say it. Yeah, so Villa were the only clean sheet apart from the Man City Arsenal game, but who would have backed that clean sheet, especially in the FPL Challenge, right? I mean, in my actual FPL team, I bench Saliba and he ends up outscoring all of my other defenders combined. Nice one! No, that deserves another. I like it. And to me, I think that says, don't be a cheeky scrub, don't bench your best defenders.
Don't be a cheeky scrub!
Fixtures don't exist, mate. To be fair, a title challenging game ended in a 0-0. My shock horror, right? Because both the teams just don't want to lose. And sometimes it just makes the most boring game. We always think these games are going to be the best, but nah. You know, games like Spurs-Luton would probably be much better. Even Sheffield United-Fulham was a much better game than that. But yeah, Man United-Brentford. Bruh. When Mason Mount coming resurrecting from the dead and mounting on the clean sheet, then that just says it all, really. And they somehow managed to win the game in the 96th minute and then lose it in the 98th minute. How do you make it 1-0 in 96th minute and still not win the game? As Mark Goldbridge would say, what a prat! What a prat! And yeah, to be fair, I didn't have anyone. I did have Højlund. Oh, sorry, I do have Martial, but Rodri Muniz is getting subbed in for him. Well, assuming auto subs work, because even though we've talked about this FPL hack, we don't actually fully know yet, because they haven't done all the auto subs and things yet. They probably will have happened by the time you see this, but they haven't for me right now. So even though I have got 68, it is, and with the bonus points and all that, it'll be closer to 80, maybe 75 with the subs and all that. So we'll definitely take that, because I think I'll have a look at the winners after this, because as you can see right here, I'm currently 59,000th, but that's without the auto subs and other bonus. I'll have a refresh when I finished and see what is currently first, and then we'll also chinwag about next week. Yeah. This is the Nathan Burke and Jerky podcast, where we go so off topic. Basically not even an FPL podcast. Liverpool-Brighton. To be fair, it did brighten up some people's days. Salah could have had a 20-pointer. So somehow some people are disappointed with only a 1 goal. But at the end of the day, if your captain gets a goal, it's a goal, right? Not as much as my captain. Cold Palmer. So cold. Freezing. Bloody icicle coming off of me everywhere. But you know what? It's fine, because FPL points are also cold, and he got more of them, so love that. Luis Diaz has been proper on it recently, and he got another goal, so maybe he's one to look at next week in the FPL Challenge team. Oh, we'll get on to that. And then Mac 10, I mean, he plays so well and then only gets rewarded with 4 points. It's like the FPL point system is just so rare better, but this is the FPL channel, so, you know, I'll respect it. And also Welbeck. There was no need to hit the back of the net. Top corner out of nowhere. And wipes the Liverpool clean sheet. So that was another.
I like it.
And then Man City Arsenal, as we said, boring 0-0. They always are when it's, you know, title deciding. 2 big teams. They just don't want to lose the game. So 0-0. Boner points were just for the defenders. on a goalkeeper. I mean, I didn't even know Ortega was going to start, and, you know, he goes and gets bloody 2 bonus points and all the points. I mean, not even though it's 0-0, 3 saves combined. Welcome to the Premier League, the most exciting league in the world. Oh, amazing. But anyway, yeah. So, FPL team, challenge team, 68 points before subs and bonus points. Not bad, right? A global rank of 59,000. I think with the auto sub and the other bonus points. I didn't even know if Salah got bonus points, to be fair. I'm saying bonus points. I think... Oh, he didn't. Bradley did. And I have him in my actual FPL team. And then decided to go Virgil van Dijk over him because of the unlimited budget. Nice one! Not only was the challenge basically pointless because we basically had unlimited budget because we couldn't even spend 100 million, it also made me get less points. So it was more of a bloody minus than a bonus, but there we are. But yeah, right now, what is cool about the FPL challenge is it gives you this rank out of all of your leagues that you're in. I'm only in Wales and overall because I have no friends. I'm not part of any other leagues. But overall, right now, if we look at this, the person who is top currently has 102 points, 103 points, because again, before bonus and all the auto subs and stuff. And they went with this. So that's quite interesting that they went triple West Ham, even though they lost. They still got all the points, so not bad. But actually, went triple West Ham and double Newcastle. So to be fair, if that one game messed up, he would literally be like bottom of the world. But then he's top of the world. And he did also randomly have the Konsa Hall. He had the Mateta Hall. He had the Isaac Hall. And that's just what you need, really. So out of all of that, he only had 1 player blank in. And his captain didn't get that many points. But yeah, when you've caught this Konsa Hall, which I bet you not many people had, and these other halls combined, that's just how you do it. I mean, also... Yes, this is a point that I wanted to make. Everybody's team that I actually saw for this had like 4 or 5 Spurs players. How many has he got in his starting team? None. If we actually look at the highest scoring players for the FPL Challenge this week, look at this. What the hell is this? Lindelof, who got subbed off early, and that's the only reason he got bonus points. Christopher Ayer and Konsa as the defence. Who would have bloody chose then? Again, all of them... Well, okay, Lindelof got subbed off, so he's cheating. But none of them actually kept a clean sheet. Konsa kept a clean sheet, but he scored. So that's where most of his points come from. And then Asia didn't keep a clean sheet, but he scored. So I think that shows you, you can't be getting in defenders that probably won't get goals or any assists or anything, right? Just the clean sheets may be okay. But if you want to get those big boy points, the highest in the FPL Challenge, you're going to have to go for the ones that get the goals, which is very hard to predict the centre-backs to do that because, I mean, fixtures-wise, who would have said that Asia and Lindelof would be the highest scorer when they're playing against each other and it finished 1-1? Like, what? The Martinez Hall, the Brennington Diaz was actually the player of the week. I mean, what? Did a single person have him in their FPL Challenge? They could have chose any single geezer, and he's the player of the week. That just shows you how hard it really is to win the FPL Challenge. And that's exactly why I love it, because people say, oh, no, this is fluke, you know, it's impossible. Anybody can guess it, right? Well, go on then. Do it. You think it's all this randomness? Well, try and work it out, right? Because 140 points is the maximum, but right now... number 1, I think the person who I actually showed isn't actually number 1 because I think other people have some subs and bonus coming in. I think I saw this guy have Salah coming in for Longley, so he's probably top. But again, look, yes, he's got Son, but he's only got Son of that. He went for Villa, and that was the only clean sheet apart from the Man City Arsenal, but you're not going to back that, are you? So they got the big boy hauls, and they only had a couple of blankers, and that's pretty much what you need to do, really. I mean, the fact that this guy might actually win, like, tickets to Vegas or whatever it was, New York, with Chris Wood in his unlimited budget team, welcome to FPL. Not random. All skill, no luck, right? But that was that. So anyway, next week, we have a different challenge. We have forward focus. Forwards get double points. So, let's have a quick preview of the fixtures, and we'll knee-jerk after what just happened. And I already have selected my team because, like I said, we're only a blink away from the next game week, so that is pretty... I like it. Newcastle Everton. I mean, Newcastle, who are they going to bloody play at centre-back? Eddie Howe is going to be player manager for the rest of the season at this rate. I don't know what they're going to do. And Everton, I mean, do they realise they're in a relegation battle? They play well and then still somehow don't get anything out of the game, right? So, no idea. It could be 5-0 either team. It could be 0-0. It could be 10-all. I have no idea. So, either way, you could get in their plays. You could not. Welcome to amazing FPL insight. But if I had to say, I would actually go for like 2-all. I reckon there'll be goals in there. Forest Fulham. Mate, what a game we have on our hands here. I honestly have no clue. Fulham, are they on the beach yet? Is there a beach in Fulham? I don't think so, but there will be for the rest of the season because they just got nothing to play for, right? But then again, sometimes you see when teams are on the beach or whatever narrative you want to go for, they end up being more attacking and just free-flowing because they kind of just like, let's just play ball, you know? And Fulham are a team that have players, especially with Rodri Muniz, who could get all the goals. So he's definitely one that you could go for the forward focus. But even though I'm definitely spoiling it by scrolling back and forth, you'll find out soon who I'm going for. So yeah, in there, probably a draw again. I can't imagine there'll be too many goals, but I also don't think either team will keep clean sheet. So basically anything can happen. Welcome to predictions in football. If you stay on the fence, you can't be wrong. Smart. Bournemouth Fulham. Let's not be on the fence of this one because I don't even want to predict it. It's just, what are these games this week? And then Burnley Wolves. Mate, I'm watching Championship. That's so much better than this bloody champion shit this is. Bournemouth Palace. I mean, you got an Eze, you got a Solanke. Apart from that, no. Burnley Wolves. Now, this one is a cheeky boy one because this one, I'm actually backing Burnley. But then their manager company is going to have nice company on the side of the pitch because he got a red card, so he's suspended for this game. So, nice one. And then also one of their best defenders also got a red card, so he's not going to be in it. But then Wolves have literally got no attackers right now. I think, I was going to say Nuno. No, he's not at Wolves anymore. Who are they going to put up front? They're going to be Nathan Collins up front as their bloody number 9. Like, they have literally no strikers. I think they've put out quite a few debuts in the last few games because they just have no attackers. But then they'll probably still end up winning 5-0 against Burnley. Actually, Kuna's back. Ooh, Akuna Matata. Maybe he's the one. But I would actually back Burnley if I had to pick. And what a surprise. Burnley don't play Trafford. They play Muric, the goalkeeper that actually got him promoted last year. And then he puts out 2 worldy performances, getting them points against Chelsea. And was it Brentford last week? Making all the saves. So fair play, fair play. West Ham Spursy, that's a weird one. That's going to be a lot of goals again, right? West Ham, they look like they're doing better, but then they bring on Calvin Phillips and literally self-sabotage. Like, let's check on David Moyes' mental health because he's like, yes, finally, my team's playing well. All the people are going to get off my back. Calvin Phillips, you deserve a chance. Let's get you on. Unlucky. All the fans must literally just be looking at David Moyes putting bloody Calvin Phillips on the pitch and be like, oi, mate.
Don't be a cheeky scrub.
That's what they need to tell him, but he's probably still going to do it. I mean, if Calvin Phillips doesn't play, Spurs could be a hard game. When Calvin Phillips gets on the pitch, Brennan Johnson subbed on all the points. So, that could be one. But with the forward focus, we got to think about as well. Because, yeah, you got an Isak in this one. Calvert-Lewin, no. Chris Wood. Muniz, yes. Solanke. Mateta. Burnley, Datro Fofana could be quite good in there. But Wolves, yeah, they haven't got the attackers. Their defence isn't too bad. Kuna a midfielder or forward in the game? I think he's I could just look. That's just much easier, isn't it? He is a forward, so maybe he could be one. He probably is the one, actually, because he'll probably be on penalties. So, yeah, I take it all back. Wolves winning 10-0. Kuna hat-trick. Arsenal, it's annoying because their only forward in the game is Gabriel Jesus. And even if he does play, he's going to be playing on the wing. Havertz or Trossard will probably be playing striker. So with the challenge of the forwards getting double points, you probably have to chuck a Gabriel Jesus in. But even with double points on him, I can't imagine him being in the top 5 top scoring Arsenal players. But again, FPL challenge, you got to still go for that challenge, right? Captain a forward, quadruple points. Imagine if you do that on Gabriel Jesus and he gets an hat-trick. You are laughing. Lovely stuff. So, yeah, that game. I mean, Luton are an interesting one, right? People will be like, oh, you know, Arsenal, great defence. They're at home. Clean sheet guaranteed, right? Luton have scored in, like, their last 17 Premier League games, which I think is, like, the current record. Like, how is a relegation battling team known for bad defence and not that much of attack score in every single game of their last 17? Like, that's very, very impressive. I mean, it's eventually that streak will end, right? Could it be this week? That's up to you to decide. I reckon it will. And I'm only saying that because I have Arsenal defenders. But we'll get to that. Brentford-Brighton. I mean, battle of the bees, literally. Brentford and Brighton bees. There's probably some bees on the Brentford beach. The bees go to beaches. I don't know. Brighton are on the beach right now, though, because even though they're challenging for, like, Europa League and stuff, they've just... They somehow became, like, the least relevant FPL team. Start of the season, Estupinan, Matoma, even like Welbeck, Lallana, all them. Well, not Lallana, maybe like about 5 years ago. And now it's like, who the fuck is that guy? Nobody's got Brighton. Even bloody like Ansu Fati, you know, all of these geezers could be bloody a decent shout if they were actually playing, but none of them are. So no idea what De Zerbi's doing there. But that one, I think that one will be one for Tony the Tiger to do, because Brentford at home, they're battling for, unfortunately, relegation. I mean, last year it was like, you know, close towards playoffs, playoffs of the Europa League. Oh my God. This is what happens when you chat shit for 25 minutes, your brain just shuts down. But Tony could get all the points, penalties and all that as well. Man City Villa. Now this is an interesting one because people will see the Arsenal game. Villa are doing well. Do you go for Man City players in the FPL Challenge? I do realise I'm completely basing this off the FPL Challenge and not FPL as a whole. But also, FPL Challenge is what I'm more interested in. And also because it does a major focus on the game that's next. I think it's also a better talking point than just talking about transfers, because everybody's actual FPL team is different. So it's very hard to suggest, you know, to get in Haaland or not get in Haaland if you haven't got him. But with FPL Challenge, because you're making a full new team every time, it's, you know, it's a bit easier to chinwag about, I reckon. And also, again, I just don't care about FPL because I'm telling me I live in the world.
I like it.
I like it. Liverpool, Sheffield United. Well, yeah, so, sorry, I'm jumping the gun. Haaland, do you get him for the forward focus? I mean, it's a hard game, but also it's Haaland, right? He can pick up a brace out of anywhere. And if you didn't have him on a forward focus FPL Challenge, I feel like every geezer will have him. So very, very risky. But if he doesn't score, then you've got a good chance of winning with some other combination of players. So yeah, one of those could be from Liverpool. Now, this one's also a really annoying one. The best two fixtures, Arsenal against Luton at home, Liverpool against Sheffield United at home. The only Arsenal forward, Gabriel Jesus. The only Liverpool forward is the only one you need. Darwin Muniz and Gakpo. But I mean, to be fair, if Gakpo starts, which again with the FPL Challenge, if you don't know the rules, there's deadlines in every one of the fixtures, well, apart from the very last one, because you need at least 5 players, and you can actually not make a team till Thursday if you wanted to, and only have players from this game. So that's pretty cool. I didn't even think of that because I'm a cheeky scrub and live and breathe bloody FPL, so I would never consider that. You know, I've already got my team set up for the rest of the year. But Darwin Núñez could get all the points. Gakpo could get all the points if he was starting. And obviously you've got the Salah, the Diaz, the McAllister, even the Endo could score. Even Gomez could score his first ever Liverpool goal in this game. He probably will, you know. And some random geezer will captain him instead of a forward and still end up winning FPL Challenge instead of one of us. So, you know, that's another unlucky. But yeah, Liverpool got almost too many options in that game. And I guarantee even myself are probably going to go double or triple defence in the FPL Challenge because you're going to have 5 from one team. And then Sheffield United will bloody go and score the goals again. So that's just that. Chelsea, Man United. I mean, this is literally the battle of the Banthers. The Banter FC versus Banter FC. Who can be worse than the other team? Because, I mean, to be fair, it will probably be a very good game to watch. But they are literally having a mid-off. Like, they're both just terrible right now. And Cole Palmer could get all the goals. Cole Palmer versus Mason Mount. Oh, what a rivalry, right? I mean, like last year, that was Man City versus Chelsea. And now it's Chelsea versus Man United for the other player. But yeah, FPL Challenge-wise, FPL-wise, it's just a no, really. You have Cole Palmer and chill, innit? But my FPL Challenge team does not have Cole Palmer because it looks like this way. So again, if you guys don't know the auto sub hack, which again, we don't even fully know if it actually works, but I'm going to say it does. And then if it's confirmed that it doesn't work, then maybe, you know, I'll switch that around, because have they updated the leagues and everything yet? No, I still, no auto subs are happened yet, so I can't fully see. But the team right now looks like this. So Malacia is there. It's not Ben me in goals. He didn't decide to be a goalkeeper. To be fair, he probably is better than Onana in goals. So maybe Man United might invest in that. But no, I'm not going to be keeping them unless the players on the bench score, because we're basically hacking FPL. Don't arrest me, all right? Because if I've got Saliba first defender bench. So if Saliba hauls, I leave Malacia in. Saliba gets auto subs in for Malacia, all of the points. If Saliba doesn't haul, because he'll play earlier than Malacia, we can see if he hauls. And if he doesn't haul, I can then transfer Malacia out for a player who hasn't played yet, so probably a Liverpool defender. And we'll get their points instead. So it gives you another little bite of the bullet, another roll of the dice, and all of whatever other phrases you want to say. Don't really care. What I do really care about is I'm going to get all of the points right. Unfortunately, because of these two very obvious fixtures, you are just going to have to go for like 5 Arsenal, 5 Liverpool, right? Right now, 2 of my Arsenal are on the bench because they're the defenders. Because it's an Arsenal defence, even though Luton probably will score, and they have scored so many, because everybody's just going to be back in the Arsenal defence because they are also the best defence in the league. Is that statistically true anymore? I don't even know, but it was, so I'm gonna pretend it still is. I think it still is. I think you're gonna have to have them there, and then if they do keep a clean sheet, or one of them, or maybe both of them score a bullet header, then I leave Malacia as it is, and then I transfer one of these out. And the reason I've got one of these in instead of an injured player like Malacia is kind of I wanted to make sure I had enough budget, because we're not unlimited budget anymore. No. And this is why I haven't gone for Haaland, because yes, he could get the double points with a forward focus. Forwards get double points. Captain him. Quadruple points. Better than triple captain. Quadruple captain Haaland. I don't think he's going to score many against Villa. He could score brace, but all of these strikers could score an hat-trick. I mean, I just said that about Gabriel Jesus, Darwin Núñez, and even Tony. There we are. But I think with that Arsenal fixture, you've got to go for Jesus. Jesus is going to nail it. Easter treat, right? Darwin Núñez. I think I'm going to captain Darwin Núñez, because you got an opportunity to quadruple captain Darwin Núñez. Are you really going to turn that down? I'm bloody not going to. I mean, it's still going to end up in that. But I don't care. You still got to do it, right? But then, you know, when you do have a player like Haaland who could go and score random hat-trick, you know, it's Haaland. I will cry if he does score a hat-trick. And then my other one that I'm going for, outside of the sexy fixture of literally Arsenal, Liverpool, FC, is Ivan Toney. Even when he's not... I didn't mean to do that. Stream Deck did it. The Stream Deck predicted that the Toney would be an unlucky, so there you go. That just shows that, really, innit? But yeah, Toney, he's just involved in everything. Goals, assists, and betting. But hopefully he's also involved in FPL points here, because even gets one penalty against Brighton, who their defence has been absolutely wibbly-wobbly this season, all of the points. So I think that is the front three I'm going to go for. And if I were to sacrifice one of them, probably Jesus, because we don't even know if he's going to start. But because of the deadline after, then I can just transfer him out for Haaland, which will be after anyway. So we'll just do that. But anyway, that is the FPL Challenge team setup. And my actual FPL team, I got no bloody idea because I don't even care about that. But I might as well have a look. I did take a minus 44 for the memes. Why not? And I got profit the points. So, you know, FPL Master over here. If I do that every week, I'm never going to get negative points again, innit? You know, minus 44s are really, realistically plus 10s if you think about it, if you can get these scores. So there you go. I mean, the only players that did actually score me points were Salah, Palmer, and Raya. I had almost bloody more points on my bench than my bloody rest of my team. So that's another unlucky. And basically, I need to stop being a cheeky scrub. So, dear me.
Don't be a cheeky scrub.
I'm just using these overlays because I can, so I'm just going to do it again.
Don't be a cheeky scrub.
Don't be a cheeky scrub. And that's that. But yeah, I don't really care with 9.8 mil overall. We're here for the X vibes, the memes. The team next week looks like this, apparently. Havertz captain. I can't even remember doing that, but it's there now. Deadline's a minute away, so there you go. But yeah, that's going to be it for the Knee Jerk podcast. I think I am going to continue with the more of an FPL challenge focus because it is easier to talk about the fixtures because you're actually like targeting it, and also it's still relevant to FPL, right? Because one, it is still official FPL, the FPL challenge, but also it could give you, you know, some insight, some whatever suggestions into what you might do with your FPL team. And that's that. But yeah, that's going to be that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for jerking our knees with me. I reacted to all the games and predicted everything that's going to happen next week perfectly. And that's that, innit? And bye.
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.